Hello everyone, my name is Fayaz Khan Sahil and today we're gonna learn about osmosis. So let's start with the definition. What is osmosis? Osmosis is basically the net movement of water molecule from a region of higher water potential to a region of lower water potential down the concentration gradient across a partially permeable membrane. This point is very important. What does partially permeable membrane means? It means the membrane doesn't allow all the substances to pass through it, but allows some specific substances to move across it. For example, cell membrane, which is partially permeable, it allow the diffusion it allow diffusion of molecules such as carbon dioxide, right? Now let's look at another definition. Osmotic solution. What does osmotic solution means? This term you might heard at a very fast time or you never heard before. So osmotic solution definitely means osmotic solution is any liquid that has dissolved solute in it. The solute could be like salt and sugar, right? The solute could be itself like salt and sugar that influence the movement of water across a semi-permeable membrane. There are three different type of solution. One is isotonic, one is hypertonic, one is hypotonic. What does isotonic solution means? Isotonic solution is a one that has the same concentration of solute both inside and outside the cell. Okay, so let's give you guys an example. For example, this is a beaker, this is a cell. So for example, there are two solute over here, there is also two solute over here. Just for example, I mean it's all about concentration, right? Same concentration of solute, so the same volume of water move outside of the cell, same molecule of water move inside the cell. Whereas in hypertonic solution, where the solute concentration outside the cell is higher, which typically mean the solute concentration in the solution is quite higher, so water move outside the cell. Whereas in hypotonic solution, the solute concentration is much higher inside the cell, so water move into the cell in hypotonic solution. What is the effect of osmosis on animal cell? Animal cells also lose and gain water as a result of osmosis. As animal cells do not have a supporting cell wall, the result on the cells are more severe. What does this severe actually means? Animal cell, as they do not have cell wall, it blast when too much water move inside the cell. Let's look at an example of what happened in an isotonic solution. As we have explained earlier, as the concentration of solution is same as that of the cell cytoplasm, the water move and out of the cell at equal rate. So the cell remain its normal size and shape. Whereas in hypertonic solution, the surrounding solution is much more concentrated than the cell. Let's go into an example in hypertonic solution. The surrounding solution is much more concentrated, so they have lower water potential. I wrote LWP, okay, for short form. We do not have that much space, so I wrote it in this direction. So water move from higher water potential within the cell and move outside of the cell. So the cell shrink in size. This process is known as crenation. Now we look at hypotonic solution. The surrounding solution is less concentrated than the cell. So the surrounding solution have less number of solute. So it has higher water potential, right? Like a reverse of this thing. and the cell have a much more solute concentration than outside. So the water move from higher water potential to lower water potential causes the cell to expand until a point when the cell blasts open. This process is known as lysis. Okay. Now we'll look at the effect on plant cell. Plant cell behave little bit different than the animal cell. For example, as in isotonic solution, there is no net movement of water, as equal volume of water move inside the cell and equal volume of water move outside of the cell. However, the situation completely changes in hypertonic solution, where we can see the outside the cell, the solute concentration are very higher, so it has lower water potential. So basically water molecule move from higher water potential to lower water potential outside the cell. This process, the whole process, is known as lysis. Now we look at hypotonic solution. Okay, hypotonic solution, where the inside the cell the solute concentration are quite higher. As a result, water move inside the cell, causes the cell size to increase. However, there is one interesting thing that is happening over here, which is that as the cell are expanding, it is creating a pressure on the cell wall, right? It is creating a force on the force on the cell wall, and the cell wall provide an equal and opposite force on the cell, so it prevents the cell from blasting. For today, for today lesson, we're up to this. In the next lesson, we're gonna learn about active transport. For today's lesson, please do subscribe to my channel. I'm really new to the YouTube thing. I would love when you subscribe to my channel. Bye bye. See you guys in the next class.